Open world games are a terrible idea. You start with one objective, take a wrong turn, and suddenly your entire day is gone. That's the kind of freedom we're dealing with here. So, if you're going to get lost anyway, you might as well get lost in the best worlds out right now. Here are 13 open world games you need to play right now.
I live with my life, but now the Mongols have stolen our home.
Let's start with Ghost of Tsushima. At first glance, it looks like a peaceful samurai world filled with golden fields, quiet forests, and distant mountains swaying in the wind. But the deeper you go, the more the world reveals how carefully it's designed. Instead of flooding your screen with icons, the game guides you naturally through wind direction, wildlife, and subtle environmental cues. Exploration feels organic, not forced. Combat adds another layer, with every sword fight demanding precision, timing, and adaptation. You're constantly switching stances based on enemy types, making every encounter feel engaging. Side stories across the island dive into personal struggles, honor, and sacrifice, giving emotional depth to the world. It's not just about completing tasks, it's about living in a world that feels grounded and immersive.
And I would do it again.
City, the worst place to live in America.
Cyberpunk 2077 throws you straight into Night City, and it doesn't take long before it completely takes over your attention. At first, it feels like a standard open world. You follow missions, drive through neon-lit streets, and get comfortable with the basics. But then, the layers start stacking. Side jobs evolve into meaningful storylines, random encounters create chaos, and your character build begins to shape how you approach everything. The city itself feels alive, with dense vertical design, crowded districts, and constant activity happening around you. One moment you're focused on a mission, the next you're pulled into something completely unexpected. Exploration isn't just about distance, it's about depth. That constant unpredictability and freedom of approach is what makes Night City so addictive to explore.
The tarnished will soon return.
Elden Ring drops you into a world that doesn't care if you survive, and that's exactly what makes it so compelling. There's no hand-holding, no clear path, just a massive landscape filled with danger and mystery. At first, it feels overwhelming, with enemies that punish every mistake and paths that lead into the unknown. But as you spend more time, you start to understand how everything works. Combat becomes more precise, exploration becomes more rewarding, and every victory feels earned. Hidden dungeons, unexpected bosses, and secret areas constantly reward curiosity. The game doesn't guide you, it challenges you to explore and learn. That sense of discovery, combined with the satisfaction of overcoming difficulty, creates a loop that keeps pulling you back in.
Brandish the Elden Ring.
Bastards! I didn't do nothing! Damn fool!
Red Dead Redemption 2 builds one of the most believable worlds ever created in gaming. Instead of pushing you from mission to mission, it allows you to exist in its environment. You ride through forests, pass through towns, and experience quiet moments that make the world feel real. Random encounters happen naturally, whether it's helping strangers, witnessing events, or stumbling into unexpected situations. The level of detail is unmatched, from how characters react to weather changes to how animals behave in the wild. It's not just about what you do, but how the world responds to you. That realism creates a connection that makes every moment feel meaningful, turning simple exploration into something memorable.
Or you can simply go off and explore alone, if you're feeling brave enough.
Everything can change in an instant, whether or not you're ready.
Fallout 4 builds around distraction, and that's exactly why it works so well. You start with a clear goal, heading toward a mission, but the world constantly pulls you away. A random building leads to a side quest, which leads to another discovery, and suddenly, hours have passed. The wasteland feels chaotic, filled with unpredictable encounters, enemies, and hidden locations. On top of that, the crafting and settlement system adds another layer of engagement. You're not just exploring, you're building, upgrading, and managing your own space. Progress is always happening even when you're not following the main story. That constant loop of discovery and development is what makes it so addictive.
Let's go.
6 months into the invasion, Nilfgaard's legions had pierced the heart of the northern realms.
Witcher 3 creates an open world that feels alive through its storytelling. You start with small contracts, helping villagers, hunting monsters, and solving local problems. But the deeper you go, the more complex everything becomes. Stories aren't simple, and choices rarely have clear outcomes. Every region feels unique, filled with characters dealing with their own struggles and conflicts. Exploration leads to meaningful content, not just filler. You're constantly pulled into situations that feel personal and emotionally impactful. The world doesn't just exist, it reacts and evolves based on your actions. That depth of storytelling is what keeps players engaged long after they start.
Here, I'm Geralt of Rivia, the Witcher.
No Man's Sky starts small, but expands into something almost endless. You begin on a single planet, learning basic survival mechanics and gathering resources. But once you leave that planet, everything changes. You realize there's an entire universe waiting to be explored. Over time, the game introduces more systems, from base building to trading and exploration. Each new discovery leads to another, creating a constant sense of progression. The game doesn't overwhelm you immediately, it gradually builds complexity. That steady expansion keeps you engaged, always giving you something new to explore. The sense of scale and endless possibility is what makes it so addictive.
Or I don't know, that thing, that magic.
Grand Theft Auto 5 turns its world into a playground of chaos and freedom. The city of Los Santos is packed with activities, missions, and random events that keep things constantly engaging. You can follow the story, switch between characters, or ignore everything and just explore. Each character brings a different perspective, making the world feel varied and dynamic. What really makes it stand out is how reactive the environment is. You can create your own moments, whether it's starting a high-speed chase or just exploring the city. The freedom to do anything at any time is what keeps players coming back, making even simple gameplay feel entertaining.
That! He's got support!
Someone once told me.
Horizon Forbidden West expands its world in both scale and detail. From deserts to jungles to ruined cities overtaken by nature, every environment feels unique and carefully crafted. Machines roam the land, each with distinct behaviors and weaknesses, turning combat into a strategic experience. Exploration is constantly rewarded with upgrades, hidden locations, and new challenges. Movement also evolves as you progress, allowing you to reach areas that once seemed impossible. The game encourages curiosity, constantly giving you reasons to explore further. That balance between exploration, combat, and progression is what makes it so engaging.
Whatever comes, I will be ready.
If he's sentenced to die, tell me, Nikolaus.
Assassin's Creed Odyssey delivers one of the largest and most detailed open worlds in the series. You start on a small island, but quickly expand into a massive map filled with cities, oceans, and historical landmarks. Sailing becomes a major part of exploration, adding another layer to how you experience the world. Every region feels different, with its own stories and characters. The game constantly rewards exploration, whether it's through hidden locations, side quests, or large-scale battles. That sense of scale combined with freedom of movement is what makes it so enjoyable.
He's gonna pay for what he made me become.
Dying Light Stay Human focuses heavily on movement and survival. The city becomes a playground as you unlock new parkour abilities, allowing you to move across rooftops with speed and precision. Exploration feels fluid, but danger is always present. The day-night cycle changes everything, making nighttime far more dangerous and forcing you to adapt your strategy. Combat and traversal work together, creating a dynamic experience that keeps you engaged. That constant tension between freedom and danger is what makes the game so exciting. Skyrim is the definition of open-world freedom. You're given a goal, but the game never forces you to follow it. Instead, it lets you explore at your own pace. Every location holds something new, whether it's a quest, a story, or a hidden secret. Your character evolves based on how you play, allowing you to experiment with different styles. The world feels alive, constantly offering new experiences. That freedom and unpredictability is what makes it one of the most replayable games ever created.
Humanity has always hunted for knowledge in the unknown.
And finally, Starfield. Instead of one world, you're exploring entire star systems. You can land on different planets, explore abandoned outposts, and uncover stories scattered across space. Ships add another layer, allowing you to travel, customize, and engage in space exploration. The game focuses on discovery, encouraging you to explore at your own pace. While not perfect, the scale and freedom it offers makes it a unique experience. That sense of exploring the unknown is what keeps players engaged. And yeah, these are some of the best open worlds you can dive into right now. If I missed your favorite, drop it in the comments. Because let's be honest, you're not finishing just one of these anytime soon. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates. And click here for 13 story games that hit harder than Breaking Bad. See you in the next video.